what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed and definitely
Roy McCusker handling all our production and camera tasks, which I think Terry is probably really where the real work happens.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was funny because, you know, first deal of the year that we're kind of working, and I'm getting so lost. I got no rock counters. I don't know who's throwing half the
Yeah.
time. And so I mention it, and boom, there they are. Yeah, we got her, Terry.
Yeah, I know.
So
And
yeah,
we see
work
here
in
we've got
progress.
we got our name up in the lights here with Roy on the screen this morning, so that's different. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
uh, so today, yeah, we will talk about all the games going on, scores and stuff as we move on. And I know we've already started, so we'll get this going a little bit quicker. We're going to focus here today. We've on the women's side, especially this game between Kerri Einarson from Gimli, Manitoba, and Youbeen Park from Seoul, South Korea, a country that has an amazing number of high-ranked teams, and in a short few years that's happened. I've seen a couple of Anderson's games, Terry, but I haven't seen. I don't think either one of us has worked a game with Park this weekend, but what we do know is they're 3-1, so they've got to be playing okay.
for sure. There's a bunch of European teams, or I guess not a bunch, because they're typically all from either China or Korea. They come over in droves there for a couple of weeks, and yeah, they've played well, obviously, to be 3-1. I did Kerri's game last night. Uh, she had a really good game. The whole team did. They played very well.
Yeah, that was their only close game of the bunch. The first three games they handled pretty comfortably. Although I did their game yesterday with Selena Sturmey, and it wasn't the way the score ended up. Selena at one point was playing a hit, an angle race takeout for a bunch in the fourth end when she was already shot rock, and she took her own out and then given up a steal to three and ended that game basically. So, um,
Wow, yeah.
yeah, Kerry certainly seems to be playing well. So, anyway, we'll get going here. Looks like Park, who has hammer? No, it looks like Einarson has hammer here, and going in the rings probably. No, a little short, just setting up a little bit of a corner here early in the game. Historically, Terry, we've seen teams play really wide open front ends or
Yeah.
first ends, and seems to be changing a little bit, particularly on the women's side. I'm seeing many more rocks in play, this end exception. And we just joined it, so we're not quite sure what happened early, but I am seeing more rocks in play early, which is kind of fun and makes it better for us and for the people watching the game.
hmm Yeah, that's the one thing I've noticed about the Korean teams is they don't hesitate to go around something.
No, they play with no fear, that's for sure. They're not, which is kind of fun actually when you watch them play. And the other thing they play with is really they play with plenty of emotion, but they don't have any
Yeah, I
negative
know what you're
looking
saying.
emotions ever. They're always, for the most part, always smiling and high fiving and everything that goes with that.
hmm
So,
Yeah,
got a
they're true sports womanship.
okay. As Mel would say, I think you just invented a word, but anyway,
Well,
yeah,
I've done that before.
yeah. So looking pretty good on the come around attempt here. If they sneak it by, and they will just sneak it by, but not quite get there. So nice line, just a hair short on weight.
Yeah, the ice has been absolutely fantastic by the looks of it. The late finish is awesome. I mean, there's really, for the most part, if you've got a say middle guard, um, doesn't matter where it is. You can get to it.
Oh,
So if
absolutely,
you've
yeah.
got, what, I'll reference a 1, 2, and 3, with 1 being tight, 2 being middle, and 3 being very high. If you've got a 2 guard, you can get to anything behind it, and in fact, you can often get to something that's really tight, tight guard as well.
Yeah. So Kerri Einarson now just drawing around. Where she is going, trying to go around that
She's
maybe.
going around, yeah, but this is way
She's,
out there.
yeah, really almost strained. I guess she's probably didn't want to touch the yellow on the way by,
Nervous,
but
yeah.
you don't usually see these teams even early in the game like this, come around the guard by 18 inches or something like that. So anyway, it's early. Got to be a little. Sometimes you got better to be safe in the first end than sorry. I think Terry, you just got to be a little careful when you come around an opposition stone that's just barely outside the rings.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to help the opposition score.
No, we both know we've done that enough in our careers that I don't know how many games after the game you're thinking like, you know what, if we hadn't just not put that one in for them, we would have been okay. Yeah, for sure. So skipper here, Youbeen Park. Nice thing about this Korean teams, the names are actually not too bad for me to pronounce. I've seen them enough now that I think I'm close most of the time, but yeah.
From the viewers around the Asian teams' names, but certainly the audience is often very helpful.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and we've had that a lot over the years. So good throw by Kerri Einarson, throwing her specialty, really that kind of high hard takeouts, kind of in the bag for her every time. So we'll go to end number 2, tied up at 0 after these commercials.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec safe?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Welcome back. End number 2 here in quarterfinal action at the Saville Shootout. No score in this one so far. Kerri Einarson blanking the first end. And opting to throw the corner guard up here, although Carly indicated pretty early that she thought it was a little heavy, and it's probably a little bit tighter than they want, but it's still not able to be removed. So it's a help.
Yeah, I think that this kind of is the start of a let's get her on.
Park throwing up a center guard here, and we'll hope to get to that center line without getting in the house. Sometimes a challenge. Not quite going to get there. I guess, sorry, she probably wasn't trying to get to the center line. She was really just trying to guard that rock.
Yeah.
I've had 3 tick shots actually played this weekend, Terry. I thought last year it seemed like went the whole year practically without anybody end up playing an actual old school tick shot.
Yeah.
It's interesting that old school now is a tick shot for us guys that have been around for a little while. That's not really old school. That's pretty new. Anyway.
Yeah, we had a couple there last night, or during the day anyway, where they had to replace rocks that were on the center line because were just ticked.
They weren't allowed to be ticked. Yeah, I gotcha. Carly Bird just making up for the last one, throwing this one just a little heavy. Park looking to play the hit and stay on that shot. That's a bit challenging here to make that shot, but without hammer, you don't want to get yourself into too much of a mess here. A lot of hand signals.
I mean, you could definitely, kind of go more on the attack here.
Yeah.
But again, very early in the end.
Just so we don't forget, we should wish our colleague Dave Schmel good luck today. He's in the playoffs of a Spiel in the U.S. I can't recall where it was, but he's all over the country playing all year long down there, it seems. So good luck to Dave and his crew on today's playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think that guy has a home.
No. No. If he does, it's on a cruise ship somewhere.
That's right.
Anyway, good luck, Dave. Play well today. Kerri now will look to get rid of this guard, maybe make the double. Hopefully make the double on the way by. And if she does, she can probably maybe even roll to the corner and set up a 2-corner guard kind of situation over there. Shannon Burchett, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this isn't a gimme. She hits it a little high on the broom side. She could take the red one with her, and if she hits it a little bit low, she could take the red one with her.
Yeah. Got rid of the guard. That was plan A. Kind of a little bit on the overcurl. I don't think she's trying to hit it that way, but regardless, that's fine. I noticed yesterday, Terry, I did a couple of Kerri's games yesterday or Friday, I guess it was. And Shannon Burchett played the first game. We'll talk about that in a second. And then Karwecki played the second game. And I'm guessing that has to do with Shannon's issues from last year and trying to just protect her here early in the season, much like they do with ball players and everything else sort of thing. So that's a guess. Could be totally wrong. Somebody may tell us, no, that wasn't it at all. But that's... They definitely did play those games with only each one playing one game.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, we were briefly talking about that. As Reed and her were behind the glass in our game last night.
Okay.
And I mean, she's their 5th, and don't know how much she'll play, but. Certainly she is available and has played. So
yeah, looking back to last year, and I commented on this on Friday, it had to be Kerri Einarson has to be just feeling like she's in a major comfort zone this year, because last year it had to be so difficult between putting spares together and playing events with less than 4, and that just, and they really, considering all of that, they actually had a pretty darn good year. Still ranked like 5 in the world or something. I looked this morning, and
Yeah.
that was, I mean, Brianne was out pretty much the whole season, never ended up playing at all, and Shannon was out for the better part of the season, and yeah, that had to be a lot to go through to play and be playing at this level. So it's a little different when you're playing in the club and you find the spares after every game. But anyway.
Yes, that would be very difficult to feel like you were, consistently working together.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kerri Einarson now, we get back to the game here, is looking to come around the corner guard. Going to ignore the yellow rock at the back of the house. Val Sweeting. Val's just terribly consistent. She just makes virtually everything all the time, and yeah, she's like everybody. She has a odd game where she's not perfect, but not very many. Which explains why she's late here.
Yeah. No, that's just the Jimmy Nicks curse.
Yeah, I know. I think of that. Yeah, the old broadcaster's curse did come back this year. I thought we got rid of that over the summer, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, she was on fire last night too. Just so solid.
A couple of left-handers playing third in this one, both Val Sweeting and Unche Lee. Going hard on this. This has got to be a little down too. No looking up even. So, here we go. She looks a little better now. Still got to curl a bunch, but everybody's weeping this one.
Yeah, and I mean, still got a piece of it. But you know what? And I was talking to Rory just about the number of Korean teams, and they all kind of sweep the same, like those really short, quick strokes.
Yeah, and that little, I don't know what to make of that yet, Terry. Just, we won't spend too much time on it right here, but that little sort of the hop skip kind of motion that a lot of people have adopted, and I think actually came originally from there. But I saw a video the other day where Gushu's front end were out in the ice, and they were sort of practicing that same, hop forward thing. Yeah, with one of the I don't know, those pressure budge rooms, whatever they're called, that read all that. So yeah, and they were just fooling around with it a little bit. They didn't have the whole squad there studying it, but Jeff Walker was doing it, and somebody else was on it, and it was interesting to see how they look at those things. So I don't know if we'll see more people doing it or not, or if it's just going to be something that's more slanted towards these particular teams from overseas. So this is tight.
Yeah, I'd like to look at that.
Yeah, and I can't tell you where I saw it. So, So Val with a couple of, that was a hard shot, but a couple of early misses here is.
Well, I think Kerri was trying to roll the shooter off and put one of hers in at the same time. One of the two rocks that were off to the side there in the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, because if she rolls in the rings anywhere, it forces Park to play it. She can't fool around. She's got to go after it, and kind of takes any real risk away in this end for Kerri Einarson. So. I think there's only really one call here, isn't there, Terry? I think. What are you thinking?
I mean, I'd be thinking tapping the yellow.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Not quite sure why you try to go. Yes.
I mean, given that I think we're at Skip's Rocks here, so yes, we are. Thank you, Rory McCluster. We've got, excuse me, you've got 2 rocks left, and you've got, um, Kerri's got the hammer, and her chances of a deuce have like been
Mm,
eliminated. So I mean, if you throw anything short, Kerri's going around it because she
yeah,
knows she's going to be forced to draw for one.
yeah.
So I would never think of throwing it short for sure.
No, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think they're
Yeah,
coming
that
around it, but it just
yeah,
it just looks like. Yeah, it's a great shot, I guess, if you make it. It just looks a little bit easier to accomplish the same thing with tapping it up. But anyway, this might prove to be right because if you do tap that at an angle and roll there, Kerry may ignore that too and just say, okay, we're going around something. Because as you say, the force is
yeah,
definitely on. So
yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, I do like this better.
sure.
Just again, just
Yeah.
because.
So Youbeen Park now. Gonna throw the out turn, come around. Just somewhere around the top of the 4 foot, half buried or better would be good.
Yeah.
Sweepers are indicating it might be a little tiny bit warm, maybe.
Well, with the curl, the finish here, like, uh, watch this curl.
So
Buried.
that, yeah, that shot's probably looks better than it really is, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Although Kerri is thinking about playing the run back. She made a couple of really, really nice draws in key situations in the first couple games they did of hers. So I'm going to be
Mhm.
surprised if she's not drawing here. And it looks like she will be. Still got a chance to get 2 here with the draw.
For sure, for
Make
sure.
it good.
I mean, the only problem for Kerri is that we've got room for 2 rocks there.
Yeah. Yeah, the tough thing here, I think, is that, if you come right to the back one, then, you know, Park does the same thing. You're going to be forced to make a good shot for 1. If you stay high and you don't quite get back far enough, then she's got a pretty short little run back there. So
Mhm.
got to be pretty precise to make this one work. A couple of great sweepers on the front end, and Burchard and Burgess. So it's going to be close, I think.
Yeah, here it comes. Oh dear, this.
They missed the sweep a little bit, I think, on that one for
Yeah,
sure. As a team, I think they missed it because
it did. Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
was kind of indicating, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they were just so focused on the line, which was important. But I think it would have been good to go. You could have went a couple feet here and had that in a pretty nice spot. Anyway, it's early in the season. They cut everybody a little bit of slack.
It's interesting here that Youbeen Park is even talking about coming around that,
Yeah.
but I don't know. With
Did she?
that ice, she maybe.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't
she
know.
sort of settled. I think Terry. I'm not sure. We'll see in a minute. Oh, yeah, I was going to say. I think she
Oh no,
settled on.
now yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
there or there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right there. Everybody was right. Yeah. The come around has a little bit of risk, but I
Yep.
probably like it slightly better than just throwing the corner on the red one. I don't know that does anything for you rather than make the draws maybe 5% harder. But anyway,
Well, I think if you guard, you're probably strictly forcing her to one,
exactly. Yeah.
uh, and you could potentially get one if she misses. Going around you potentially look at getting 2, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely carries more risk for sure. So Park, you're playing a draw of some style. We're just not 100% sure yet, but we'll see in a minute. They use a lot of hand signals. Actually, all of the Asian teams in particular, you do use a lot of hand signals. Just going to touch this one.
That was the, I guess, the problem. But I mean, she gets away with it. It's not like she punched the red rock into the rings for shot.
I think it's actually, I think it ended up better than if she had just corner froze the red one, Terry. I think, you know, no way. Kerri's getting one either way if she makes a shot, and this is probably a little more difficult than just drawing the 4 foot. I don't know, but anyway.
She's tapping her own, is she?
I don't know. I thought she was playing the double on the yellows.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that'd be enough ice to tap your own. So
not a lot of ice to tap that red one.
No. Kerri Einarson with her final rock here in the second end.
So she's
looking
trying to play a slash.
Yeah, looking to try to make that slash double for two, or for one rather. So I don't think two is there.
She made it. Oh, wow.
Didn't quite get there. So looks like Youbeen Park will steal one here in the second end. Take a very early 1-0 lead over Kerri Einarson from Gimli, Manitoba, and we'll be back right after the break.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
So we're back for end number 3 here on Curling Stadium. Pleased to be bringing you this game, this quarterfinal action between Einarson and Park. Park with a steal and one there in the third end, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, certainly right from the get-go, Park seemed to have control of that end, despite Kerri having the hammer just in rock placement. And as it turned out, I mean, she was forced to try a slash double to get one and just missed it. I mean, even Burgess, when she turned around, she showed Kerri, you know, you missed it by this much. And I bet you it wasn't more than an inch.
No. Yeah, they had probably 2 or 3 sort of just partial made shots in that end. You know, Val, after we dragged her up there, had a couple of misses, and that's not going to happen very often. So, yeah, but it did cause some grief in trying to score for Einarson for sure. But anyway, they do have hammer now again. Not now. I guess they had it last time too.
That's right.
So
going around this corner guard, ignoring the 2 yellow ones. This is better.
Yeah. There we go. Good shot for Carly Burgess.
Yeah, really good.
Carly's a good player. She's a great team player. Good person. Comes from an amazing family here in the East, and family with a lot of history, a lot of victories, and a lot of off-ice history as well with coaching and participation at club level and everything. They're just up the road from
Really,
where I
eh?
am, and yeah, it is. It would be a good story for one of the curling communication devices, whatever, whether that's online or in a magazine or something. If it hasn't been done, whoever's out there that covers that stuff should really think about it. It would be a very good and interesting story, I think, for anybody that enjoys anything about curling. So
Nice.
yeah. So the Korean girls now will play a guard, which is always the awkward situation when you don't have hammer. It's set up pretty good set up okay for you, but set up pretty good for the other team. But you really can't do too much about it most of the time if the other team has put their rocks where they wanted them for one more shot. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, and she certainly was talking and trying to convince the team that we should go around the red corner guard and red stone, but
yeah,
I think more common sense has prevailed.
So same call here for Park. She probably would like it in pretty close to the same place, maybe just a inch or two less curl. They're going back. They seem to really want to play this.
I know.
Yeah. Might be looking at a peel on the corner too. I can't quite tell for sure what she's looking at. That would seem like pretty ultra defensive. Yeah. Speaking of the teams from the Netherlands, I see. Never seem to float around the middle there. Anyway, so same call coming from Park, looking for. Well, she's showing you basically where she wants it, right where that broom is. This one may over curl. They can hold it. She's trying to hold it, but the broom it's not going to hold there now. Yeah. Might have been a little tight. More likely not. Go ahead, Terry. Sorry.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's actually a difficult decision because, you're really guarding a rock on the 8 foot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure she wanted to do something else, but I don't think her team was on board.
No. She's going to hit them both. I don't know if she's going to get rid of them both. Oh, almost ended up with one where she wanted to put it anyway. Or where her team wanted to put it. Or didn't want to put it.
That's right. Yeah, didn't want to put it.
Yeah.
But now she's got that center guard, and that's how quick ends change. We were talking about that last night. One shot, you called the double, and you didn't make it the way you wanted to, and that rock that was placed short there, just off the center line, now becomes very valuable to you.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll making lemonade out of lemons or something in this shot.
Yeah.
So good opportunity though for the Koreans to kind of come right around, indicating it's way out there. I think is would be what I take from that hand signal. It's got to move. We've seen it. Well, it does move. It moves a long way from that hog line in, that's for sure. But this one's
Oh, yeah.
not going to get to where they want it. She'd like to be number 2 at least. Not quite.
No. Now again, potentially changing the end
Yeah, really.
significantly.
Yeah, Einarson with a little hit and flop here to get 2 buried behind the guard. This is definitely the call I would like. Unless I had to throw it. This is the outturn out there sometimes is not a good one for me. Anyway. So looks like should still be Shannon throwing, I think, and or maybe not. We're in the thirds, yeah.
I think we're down to Val.
Val, yeah, you're right. Going pretty hard on this, trying to make sure it doesn't curl. Man, it is going hard.
It's
Holy
curling
cow.
now.
Well, that didn't work out very good, but stayed for shot or second shot. Stayed where she's going to play it anyway, so
Yep.
not all bad, but had a really good opportunity there to kind of get yourself in a really good position. A little bit of a struggle so far in this one for Val Sweeting, so team hangs in there and get to the second half, and I'm sure that she will turn it up a notch. Moon-Chae Lee now for Team Korea. Just a little bit of a clean. And we'll try to move it a little bit.
Good throw, yeah.
So at some point, Terry, we'll talk about the some of the changes in the sweeping and the foam and stuff. And I don't know a lot about it, but I expect you probably know more than I know about it. So maybe we can talk a little bit about that.
Retract that statement, please.
Okay. Well, we'll just talk. We'll cover as much as we know anyway, and just that might not be very much. My 5-minute chat just turned into 30-second highlight, so that'll be okay. I have another thing I want to talk to you about, but we'll check that out in between the break here.
So I just quickly, I mean, you know, of all the women's teams and the women's teams that made the playoffs, the only one I guess that is been omitted by, I'm a little shocked, was Kayla Skerlick's team. Only were able to, you know, finish with a 2-2 record. I did one of their games. And I'll get that all the way over.
Boy, that one curled a lot too. I think it's just moving more than they think out there, because I'm pretty sure she was never trying to roll behind those guards. She's just trying to roll behind her own corner, and you know, overcurled by probably an inch or more. So good opportunity, really good opportunity now for Park to maybe make a good one here. Although if she does roll buried, then Einarson's going to come right down on top of her. So I don't know where should you roll here, Terry? Do you think you try to roll behind there?
I do, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
because I mean, you roll in the open to try and go the other way. I think Kerri goes right around it. Does she not?
Oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah, she's going that way anyway. I suppose too. If you roll half buried, yes, you might be just slightly behind the tee line. If Kerri makes it good, you know, you just basically throw the same shot and force her to take her one, I suppose. So just got to think, even though you feel like you're really on offense here, you're still
I know
in some defense, eh? Yeah. Time to go now. She should be pretty good. I don't think she's going to roll too far. That's a great shot, I think.
Really, yeah, that really is, because it does kind of change the rock placement a bit, but still doesn't change the shot that she's going to choose to play.
Yeah, I like how Park manages the house and the sweep calls and stuff. She just seems to, Park's team, I guess in this case it was not Park, but They seem to have a pretty good handle on what's going on out there. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
She'd be, when looking at the rankings earlier today, she would actually be only probably the 4th ranked team out of Korea, at least in the standings that we have posted on the site.
Is
She's
that
down
right?
around
Yeah.
49th in the world, and
Oh, really?
yeah, she's looking better than that right now, I think. So they have 3 in the top 10 or 12 or something. So
Oh, I know.
yeah. So there's people sometimes when they look at some of the countries that aren't quite as many curlers as Canada, think like, well, yeah, but they focus so much on just a couple of teams that you're right, but it might be a good thing for us. 'Cause they have a lot of people in Korea, and if they really work with, they could have a lot of really, really good teams. Trying to make this one curl in, really going sideways. If they can get it there, not
Might be just a
quite.
little heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Really almost got it over there. Just even if they'd gotten just an inch of that one, they would have hung around, and now they're in big, big trouble, I think.
Yeah. Now you can, now you don't have to get buried, and you can place it on the center line, and
Exactly. Yeah.
if you get that just full 8 foot, wow, you could really cut the rings and
Yeah.
right down. And if you could walk it down, I would, put it so that if she even hit, for argument's sake, that yellow one way out there, that she couldn't ever get second shot.
So it's interesting, it's we saw this the last end too when they were calling their final couple shots, that you get a lot, and we're not hearing it, and even if we could, we wouldn't know what they're saying, so it doesn't really matter. But they do a lot of tapping, like you do a lot in club curling, sort of like here or there or whatever. And I'm sure they're having more explanation than what we're getting, because that would be a little disconcerting to me, because you're at skip stones, and I don't think every shot you want to say, well, we'll go here, and you know what I mean. Let's say what we want to do. We all know kind of where the options are. I don't really know. I like the shot where you're going to come around, but if you're short up here, blah blah blah. So where's your ideal spot here if you're going to throw this? Are you going center line, or are you going right around everything?
I mean, I like kind of being on the center line.
Yeah.
Half 12, half 8.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of do too. At first, you think like, well, let's go right around that and bury that, make it really hard, but you might actually make it not as hard as just splitting that center line here, and like you say, the 8 foot area somewhere.
Like this is going sideways.
Yeah, it's going to still be okay, I think, because it's going to get buried.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Well, you know what? Either one of those is probably good. Kerri's got to hit the button, and the way this ice finishes, that's not super easy. You got to go down the look lane. You got to pass that red one. Going to be a challenge, but a big shot drawn against 3 early.
Well, and this is one of those shots that, I mean, if you're Kerri, Kerri, I know for sure is gonna go through that process. Like, I need to decide: am I drawing the button, or am I putting in my head like I just got to get through the hole, the big hole there, and I can chop off that rock as well to go to the button. So, like, I guess what I'm saying is the communication between the sweepers and Val and Kerri needs to be really good. Hey, we're playing straight, button.
Yeah.
Not that you as a sweeper wouldn't, think that, but.
So Kerri Einarson now with their final rock, drawing against 3 here in the third end.
Whoa, she says.
Big trouble.
We're
Got to get by the red.
Guard. And there it goes. They're going to have to go on this.
I think that was the problem. They're trying to figure out when can we go. They just barely got it. Wow, this could be really good.
It's great. It's absolutely great.
That is a spectacular shot. It really is. It may not look like it, but to get by that red one, she couldn't get by the red one by any more than that and make that shot. So a big draw by Kerri Einarson here at the end of the third end. We'll talk a little more about it, maybe see a replay of it after we come back after the break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at theGrandSlamOfCurling.com. Let's rock.
We'll come back to it.
I don't even know where in Minnesota it is.
Okay. So we're back here just discussing that last shot by Kerri Einarson, Terry, and how difficult that really was, both for the thrower, the caller, and the girl sweeping it. It's just that was a real challenge to make, and I just make sure the viewers understand how hard that was.
Yeah, I mean, the sweepers want to go, and Val's, saying we can't go because we're still on the red. But once they were clear of the red, I mean, it was, brooms down, heads down, let's get it there.
Yeah, we were just chatting and thinking about, when you're a sweeper, you want to go so hard, and the person's like, whoa, and then somewhere along the line, it works out for these teams because they're that good. And anyway. We now have a tie game. At the end of the day, it's all tied up 1-1. Einarson has to be happy to survive that end and got out of there. And maybe, Terry, the last comment I'll have on that is when you were talking about putting that rock on the center line. And I would say now that, hindsight's 20/20, I get it. But I think that would show that was definitely a much better option than coming right around like that. Because as difficult as Kerri's shot was, it was possible. If she's on the center line, it's not possible.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So up went the guard for Kerri Einarson, and Park comes around here to the full 8 foot. And Kerri's just going to follow that down. We haven't seen this series of shots too much yet this season, so Carly would be looking to just corner the yellow. A little bit one way or the other would be good. Girls are going pretty hard on this too. They haven't stopped. And we can't stress enough how nice, and I sometimes get tired of it when I hear broadcasts, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's how nice this ice is, especially for, what are we here? September the 7th or something. It's right. It's just really just looks like ice that you're going to see, at the Briar and Scotties and everything else. It's good. Might not be quite as quick as it would be at times, but I haven't actually timed everything. It certainly looks like it has a nice enough speed. So. With Burgess' last rock coming up short, she does have the 2 center guards, which is nice, but I'm not sure where this is going to go. Didn't move it off the line, I don't think. Not quite, so. A bit messy already for Einarson. Going to try to come around the whole shebang here. Second stone, Shannon Burchard. The way they're playing so far, we talked about this, we won't go too much. It's quite possible if they get through this game, you might see Karwacki in the next game. It looks like they're just going on, one off sort of situation. So Good for them to be able to carry a fifth player and a coach to both travel with you.
Yeah.
That's not that common in my curling world anyways.
Yes.
This one way out there. And maybe a little bit heavy. Might be close. Pretty good. Hart going to look to clean this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Checking both angles. A good little message there for anybody that's, maybe a little bit new to skipping and trying things. Make sure you look at where it's not good enough just to hit it. Sometimes at least look where you can get that little extra out of it. You may not get it, but if you don't know what it is, then you're not going to get it at all. So, well, most of the time, every now and then you get one that you didn't know was there for sure. But so looking at a double peel here, first preference, make sure you get rid of both the guards if you can. And with a little luck, you might end up picking the yellow out of the house too. So we'll see. That'd probably be a lot of luck. No, maybe a little luck. So it's on its way. A little wide, maybe. Needs to curl. Might be just going to get the top one. Close, but not terrible. But those are now shots nowadays, Terry. You do have to make those double peels more often than we used to think it was that important. So.
Yeah, because she could have very easily got the red one that's still left there, moving in towards the rings and tapping that yellow. I mean, she could really have rearranged the furniture there.
Yeah.
And hence Kerri's, kind of gone up and topped. Yeah, I'd like it a little further up.
Yeah. And you don't get a lot of opportunities for that when a team maybe misses something by a tiny little bit, and you've really got to, it's like all sports, you got to really take advantage when you get a small miss, and it's not easy, but necessary. This one's gonna be a little deep too.
Yeah, Kerri didn't want that there.
No, she didn't have the most pleasant of smiles on that one after that. Can't blame her for that. Really didn't fare well at all. It's set up a pretty easy double. Kind of hit this little high side, Terry, and you'll get rid of reds and stay. Yeah, it's a shot that years ago we would have said, well, you have to hit it on the other side. It's like, well, no, you really don't now with ice conditions and rocks and everything that happens. You can hit rocks on what looks like the wrong side and still get a good result. It's going to be close. The shooter does go, but that's okay. The bonus would have been if had it stayed out there for a corner somewhere, but it may not have been a bonus because you might have to draw around it sometime. It's Einarson throwing a guard back up. Einarson team just not quite as sharp as we usually see them yet, but it's still fourth end. Lots of time.
Yeah, working with Sean Joyce there the other day, Friday. I mean, we kept saying, it is September.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's not November.
Yeah. Yeah, most of these teams, nowadays, certainly depending on where you live and everything else, but most of them have the money to travel if they need to, even just to practice. So, most of these teams, they do work out all summer, but and quite often are on the ice a couple of times in different places where they can find that have ice. And I know even in Schmel's club down in Philadelphia or just outside of Philadelphia, wherever he is down there, they have ice pretty much all year round.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's surprising. It's shocking to me that they do. So, but yeah, so most of them can find a place to be on the ice for a weekend here or there, but you're not going to be anywhere nearly as sharp as when you're playing 3 out of 4 weekends or 4 to 5 weekends or whatever it is that they do play. And so there's going to be some misses early that you're not going to get later. Same in every sport. It's you don't put too much stock in a few misses, but the season's still pretty condensed, even though it's longer than it used to be. It's still pretty short. Yeah.
Well, I think too with this with this curling stadium series, I think, and I could be wrong for sure, but I mean, I think the Korean team and later on we'll see some Chinese teams, China teams. They come over and they stay, you know, 3
Yeah.
weeks
Oh,
out,
at least, yeah.
especially out here in Alberta, where this curling stadium series, has numerous spiels.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, out west, it's pretty impressive grouping of spiels, no question. And at this facility with 10 sheets, and when they come here, it's not like they're coming here and working all day and having to practice in the evenings. They can probably get ice at a place like this with ice conditions like this every day. I could be wrong, but I would be surprised if they couldn't get ice on almost every day at least to throw and practice and things that go with that. So yeah, it's it's interesting for sure. The only person I knew that used to do that extensively was the Dean's team when they used to come over and basically live here for the winter. So, um, but a lot of teams
Yeah.
are spending a lot more time here. Guard going up for Val Sweeting. Hard to believe these two rocks haven't moved for so long here.
Yeah.
This one's gonna stay okay. Just hang on and not curl too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of Nicholas, Edine, I mean, I had a long conversation with him because they came to a spiel that we run, and certainly I had a real good opportunity to talk with Nicholas, and he was telling me that they really are paid to curl, and they would come over for 7 weeks, and their home. What am I trying to say? Their home base, I guess, for the 7 weeks was Montreal, but they would go out for 2 weeks to, like say here Edmonton, get back to Montreal, and then they would come. They came to Brantford for the spiel, and so yeah, they were over for 7 weeks, and then they would go home, and then they come back again. So
yeah,
their big thing was, can I have a receipt for that? Can I have a receipt for that?
yeah. And for Nicholas, Nicholas would have to go home to have surgery every 7 weeks. Nobody in the world's had more surgery than Nicholas. I can't imagine. You watch him throw, and you're like, this guy could never have ever had a knee surgery, elbow surgery, foot surgery. He's had so many things, unbelievable. But still,
I know,
still goes hard at it and looks good. I mean, we saw the one spiel a couple years ago where he wasn't playing much and was kind of almost using a crutch or something to get around. It was hard to watch, but he's back the next year or whatever. So.
Oh yeah.
So Kerri Einarson looking to throw this same guard up again. Mark's going to have to figure out how to get rid of that red, or she's not going to get rid of it.
Well, and she really has to be careful because there's been a couple of opportunities where she could have maybe just kind of played a quiet shot tap on her own rock, but I mean there's that second rock of Kerri's in the rings off to the wing there, 12-foot. So yeah, she really does have to be careful.
Yeah.
But I think now there's an opening.
Yeah. Well, it's a shot. This outturn come around was certainly there before, but it was too early in the wrong shot. So now you're kind of forced to it, which from a thrower point of view, sometimes it's nice when you don't have two shots in your mind. You're just like, well, I don't have a choice. I can't do that, so I got to do this, and you totally focus on this shot. But it is a big shot for sure. You want to get that. You want to make this because if you ever slide this a little too deep, Kerri maybe comes right around, and now all of a sudden you're really in trouble.
I'll bet Kerri's coming around.
Yeah. So Youbeen Park now with her first in the fourth end here. In trouble, but with an opportunity to at least get out of a steal situation.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to really go with this.
Yeah, I think they're 2, but they don't really seem to be doing that, so it might be closer than we think. So this explains
Close,
why.
but I think you're going to really have to go. Yeah.
Jeez, how's an old skip like you see that good?
Hey, buddy.
Jay must have had some sweeping days sometime back in that storied career of yours. I don't remember them, but I'm sure there must have been.
Well, it's okay. I don't remember them either.
Yeah. Yeah, I did have a couple of years in Ottawa there. I grew with Harry Hunter and those guys back in the day, played Joe Garoka and different guys like that, and where we played with the old straw brooms. I did play front end for a couple of years with them, and that was okay till my fellow sweeping partner. I was playing second stone, I think, and my sweeping partner decided to turn it up that notch. You know how with the old straw brooms you go to get a rhythm going, but then in our view, most of our viewers wouldn't even know what I'm talking about with straw brooms, but you get pretty nice little rhythm, and it was fun to watch. It was fun to do. It almost felt like you put out no energy to do it. But then I remember Doug was his name. He had the ability to ramp that up. I didn't. So when Doug would do that, we got a timeout coming here, so it'll give us a chance to finish our story. When he would do that, it was just like, oh, I was done. Like, I'm just like, all of a sudden, what seemed like I had no energy into this felt like, oh, I can't do this. It's kind of like, it was, but he could do that. And at that time, he didn't do it very often because it didn't make sense. But when he had to do that, I had to just basically say, okay, well, go ahead, because I can't follow you here. So
that's right.
Yeah. But so options here, Terry, let's talk about this. What do you think Reed's talking about here?
Well, I think he's talking probably that intern draw is available, and then the other option is just cut off the top that was just thrown. I kind of like coming in and around on the intern, but I don't like where that rock finished of Youbeen Park, because I think that's toppable. What I guess I would wonder and question is, could Youbeen Park play that intern, come around top, and move that far enough, that red one far enough into the, say, top 12?
Yeah, excellent question.
Not sure that, you can, but I mean, the way it curls and finishes, but that it's, the idea of, thinking, okay, I got to throw kind of backline weight, you might just sail it.
Yeah. Well, that's not where I thought they'd go. It's interesting, it's just where sometimes I feel like I understand the game, but sometimes at this level with teams that are this good, sometimes I wonder if I do, because I would never, my two choices in my mind were, my first one was, I've got to take that raise away from her so she doesn't play a shot for 3. That was my first thought. And then when you were pointing out the intern draw, I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? That's definitely there. No question it's there. But yeah, I'm thinking to get it for more than 1 would be difficult, because you'd have to have the perfect weight. But I never would have considered coming around this yellow one, sitting 2 at the back of the 4-foot here, which is what they seem to have called. So I just didn't think of this shot at all, to be honest. That doesn't mean.
Well, I think they probably believe in their hearts here that by playing this, this is a chance to really put some pressure on.
Yeah.
And it's kind of at very little risk. I personally thought it was way more risk. Now you want to just take this right back so that you don't have a in off, but.
Well, you know what? I think that, if she is in fact number 2 back there, then don't see people doing that much anymore. I'm supposed to be doing that.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Yes. I was going to say, if in fact that Kerri's sitting 2, then I think that that's pretty near perfect, to be honest.
Yes.
But
yes,
if it curls a little tiny bit more, then you might have the double raise available, double takeout available on the hitting it right there. But
I like the top, the stuff that she threw in her first one. I don't think, for me, it matters whether Kerri's sitting 2 or 1. That would be, I think, what I would play.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm surprised she's looking at this.
I don't even know what they're looking at on the intern side. She's still looking at. I gotta believe that tap is just a little bit easier to make sure you don't give up more than one than the intern draw, because that intern draw is difficult.
Well, the only reason I would think that she would be looking at it is if she believes she's sitting
second shot,
potentially 2-3 or 2,
or at least 2. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If this is for, if you can make this for 2 versus the tap for 1 or give up 1, then then you might as well play the. They're both going to be difficult. So, you hear them say all the time, you must play the tough one for 2 rather than the tough one for 1. All things being equal. So.
Yeah. And that's why the only reason I can think that they're playing this is they think their second shot.
Yeah. And the other part of that too is if they didn't think they were, then I'm not so sure you don't play the tap for sure then, because you run a risk of giving up 2 here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So Youbeen Park still talking about it.
Tap.
Going to come back down to have a little further chat on this. I don't believe you'd ever play this shot. Well, yeah. No. It's sure looking like they're giving serious consideration to playing this run back, which
wow.
I just don't even I can't understand the reasoning of playing this one, because I think it's just way too hard. But we'll see. I suppose if you can hit it in the exact perfect spot, you run it onto the yellow onto the red, and bounce off to the other red, you still might get 2 or 3, but man, that's a lot of. Yeah, the odds of that are not going to be very good at you bets or whoever it is that people bet with out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, interesting call, but a really difficult shot for Youbeen Park. See how she gets along with it.
Yeah, I have to say I don't understand the shot, but.
No. Must be in the neighborhood of where she wants to hit it, trying to move it over a little bit. No, it's going to be close to where she wants to hit it at least. We'll see what she gets. Not very much. So we'll see if we're going to get a 1 or 2 here before we go to the break. I'm thinking just 1, Terry, and we'll
confirm that when we come back.
Yeah.
You know what? I think she might have been 2-3 too, as well.
Yeah. Okay,
so they were actually
we will come back. Yeah, sorry, Terry. We'll come back here just in a minute and confirm what we think and move on to the 5th end after the break.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
It's odd. So we're back. Short break. We don't have big breaks in this event, which is normal for cash bills. They don't usually take a big long break. Kerri Einarson after a big steal of one, which she protected pretty much, Terry, what, for 4 or 5 shots in a row there. It was like, yeah. Anyway, she has a 2-1 lead now after 4 ends, and Park is going to try to work hard to get a couple here. You'd like to get a couple, not just one in the 5th end. So Kerri will be the opposite. She'd either like to score or at least force to 1, and life would be good in her world. So looking for a center line guard here from Carly Burgess for Team Einarson.
Yeah, just, going back to thinking about that last shot that Youbeen Park played, and I mean, it was kind of a team conversation for sure, but you see the shot prior to that Kerri Einarson's throwing. I mean, they call a timeout, and who better to have than Reed Carruthers kind of helping you out there with the strategy. I think he knows the game as good as anybody.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to for the Korean team to be able to call a timeout and have a discussion with the coach, but obviously they probably don't have a coach traveling with them.
Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. But it would have just been a good opportunity to walk through all the scenarios and kind of make a decision based on the probability of or difficulty of each shot.
Yeah. So Park now coming around the corner. This one looks pretty good.
Yep. Very nice. Well played.
Yeah, lovely shot. We're still at the point where Kerri Einarson can't hit anything, so
that's right.
Not able to remove that corner guard. I want to thank all our viewers for taking the game in today. We're here all day with the entire playoff rounds of the Saville Shootout here in Edmonton, Alberta. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to our site if you have a chance and you haven't done so yet. It will help us in the long run, and we got to figure out a way to. Speaking of helping us, we got to figure out a way, Terry, to get some curling stadium events east from your house east. So
you're so right.
Yeah, it would be really nice to be doing all these games at 7:00 at night instead of 10:30 or something. So yeah, I've got to.
Yes.
Yeah. Somehow I don't know how all that part of the business works. So it's obviously not something that's easy to make happen, at least in the East.
Right.
Maybe curling numbers and dollars aren't quite as available as they are in some parts of the country. So that could come around a little tiny bit deep for Einarson's squad, but it's pretty good.
I would think she would be looking at kind of trying to clean up the front a bit.
Yeah.
You certainly want to try and make sure you don't disturb that rock that's behind the corner guard on the tee line.
Yeah, you're right.
While running this.
Yeah. It's kind of like you definitely want to move that second rock that's on the center line, but yeah, you do have to be really careful with it. You don't want to move it right onto your own. A cool different angle for a few shots. That's nice, yeah. And this looks like it could be pretty good. Missed call on the sweep, I think. They could have got a little bit more out of that.
Yeah.
The girls are happy. Figure it was a nice try, and kudos for that. I love that attitude. Of course, you remember, you go way back, Terry. Remember when they used to see some of the teams from across the pond would be doing high fives and things like that.
Oh, I know.
And we were always like, oh my God, you guys, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But
that's right.
Everybody does it now. It's like, yeah, things have changed. Interesting how some things in the sport have kind of come from that direction versus going the other way for sure. So Einarson now.
Well,
Shannon Bircher.
It is funny.
Yeah.
What used to get me is, after a miss, you'd see, a lot of the women's teams, doing the high fives, and I'm going, what? You missed the shot.
Yeah.
but it builds camaraderie and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
puts it in perspective, I think. So
This one is going to be top button. Is she going to get? Like to have gotten a little tiny bit more curl than that. Good opportunity for the Koreans here to I don't know if she can make them both. I'm not quite sure if she got enough room past the top one, but even if you hit this one and roll open, I think you pretty much force Kerri to play it, don't you, Terry?
yeah, I think the key to this shot really is making sure that your shooter sticks around in the rings, so that you're sitting 2-3, and then Kerri's got to look. The yellows outnumber the reds here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think, then it makes Kerri probably switch from, strictly guarding rocks to removing rocks.
Yeah, especially with the 2-1 lead, right? It's kind of.
This
could be
gonna
really
be
good.
Close.
Ooh. Heck of a try.
But again, good shot because now she's would have probably like to roll just a tad bit more
I agree,
to the left.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's funny. If you weren't going to make the double, then a bigger roll would have been better. But it was so close that they had to take a shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Playing the fifth end here in Edmonton, the Saville Shootout. Quarterfinal action. Val Sweeting for Team Einarson. Throwing the hit, trying to make a double here. Or at least a hit and roll in the neighborhood. She's going to be very close.
Yeah, this is going to be a good shot. Right over.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's more like the Val
we're
accustomed to.
Yeah. We said we expected that for the second half, so won't hang it all.
Yeah, we called her steady, in quotations, Eddie Val.
Okay.
Just so reliable, just so consistent, typically. And I mean, her days of skipping, obviously went by the wayside when she joined Val, or when she joined Kerri. But I think it's been a really, really good fit for Kerri as well as Val.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're having conversations about here. You could obviously take the rock that's wide open and try and hit that and flop. I don't know how much you can move that red rock that's frozen.
Yeah, looking at the overhead, it's that corner guard is out there away, so it would be hard to move it without and get it out. And I don't know, tough shot.
Yeah, because you have to get to the inside. So
yeah. So our answer on the coach thing might be answered right here, since we got a timeout apparently coming. So it might be that there's at least a. We'll wait and see.
Coach available?
Yeah.
I mean, because you would think somebody's traveling with them.
They
have a number of teams.
They have three, I think, or at least three at this Bonspiel. So.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I mean, this is the one, because they would come and practice at our club there when they were over here, and it's funny because where you see a lot of men coaching these teams, that was the one thing we noticed, that we thought it was a 5-man team or 5-woman team, 5-person team, whatever, and so I talked to the one girl, and she says, "No, that's our coach." I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were a 5-person team.
Yeah, and you know, we just don't. The reality is, we don't see a whole lot of female coaches yet. So we do see some. We don't see, many. Like in this situation with this lady here, it's like, is she, to your point, is she the 5th player or is she actually a coach? Well, she probably is the coach, and maybe just most of the time we see men in that role. So it sounds kind of sexist, but it's reality. It's like, but I think you're going to see more and more changes in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just sheer numbers,
Yeah.
But I think the numbers are increasing. I mean, even here, my memory is just not the best these days. But I saw Shannon Clyburn, coaching one of the girls' teams that I did.
Yeah. So they are back. I don't know for sure. They didn't. Everybody didn't seem to necessarily look like they're on the same page when they finished that conversation, but I'm sure they're in agreement as to what they need to do.
And just while we have a quick pause, my memory has come back.
Oh, okay.
And it was Team Skerlick.
Oh, okay.
Because I do remember saying, what an addition to that team. They've got a spot at the Canadian trials. They got a spot at the Scotties already. So a big year for that team. And what an addition to bring somebody like Shannon on board.
Yeah. So the call here is going to be to go through the port, try to remove or at least bounce back a ways that red rock. Maybe they just don't worry about their stone there, Terry. Just say, well, hit 3/4 of this and everything on that side will go, and we'll have a shooter that might roll behind the guard and go from there. That might be what they ended up thinking, rather than get too fancy with this. And
well, I mean, you could roll your shooter off too, and get a roll in behind as well.
This looks like it could
but
be
as good as you're going to make it. Yeah. Oh, look at how far that thing curled.
Yeah. That is so good. I don't even know. We'll see the overhead in a minute. I think the Reds still won 2, but
yeah,
that was still a good shot. You've got a couple pretty nice looking rocks behind the corner here. It wouldn't take very much to bring them into play. But you don't have a lot of shots left, but 3, I guess. Val Sweeting now will try to come around there, set up the little Christmas tree happening, and correct myself a little bit earlier on. We talked about Goskins from the Netherlands, and I thought that I had it mixed up in my mind. I thought they were playing in Ontario with the Spiel there, but that's actually the team. They're 4-0 in this Spiel, so they're in the playoff round here, right beside.
And I'm glad you clarified that, because I'm thinking, I don't think there's a team in Oakville.
No,
because they're playing triple knockout.
Okay.
But then I just reverted to, okay, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And apparently you did. And I didn't. But anyway.
Which really screws with my mind.
Yeah. So Unche Lee with her final rock. Or no, maybe it's not the final rock. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, it is her final rock.
Yeah, it's the Vice's final rock.
Yeah. And she will probably
get
rid of
close
both
to
of these.
getting what she wanted too. That's really good. Well done. Kerri's now going to be a little bit more careful and a little bit more precise at rock placement.
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't do anything else for Park, it probably gives her a much better opportunity to score here. It's just because you're thinking Kerri has got to be a little careful here.
Yeah.
So it looks like going to be the guard. Her initially, it looked like she might put number 3 in over on the right-hand side in the neighborhood of those yellow stones.
Yeah, I didn't like that really, but again, like I said yesterday, I mean, who am I to argue with a 6-time Grand Slam champion and and a 4-time women's national champion. Like,
That's right.
You got this, Kerri.
Yeah.
All I got in my defense is, okay, come on, Kerri, you haven't won the last 2 Canadian championships.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
You might want to pay attention and listen to me.
What do you mean you have to beat Rachel Holman? That can't be that hard. She lost 3. I think she lost 3 times last year or something like that. Anyway.
Oh, Lordy.
So
yeah, what a year she had.
We get a switch
There's
here. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Looking for a straight guard on the rock on the edge of the button. This is going to be pretty darn close. Nice shot.
Yeah, she can come in playing that out turn.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely can. We saw this shot a few ends ago when I draw a shot. Yeah. It worked. I don't even know if it was this direction, but
I'd take more ice and definitely play a lot less weight.
Yeah. That's not very much ice, is it? You gotta figure. She still might take. Okay, she's out there a little further. That's what I say. We're not hearing what they're talking about. So lots of times you put your room down and say, well, here's where we were.
Yeah.
And to us, it looks like maybe that's what they're calling, but not. So looks like she's actually playing as you mentioned, kind of more draw than takeout shot here now, at least. Doesn't look like a lot of ice, but that's the way it looked like when the third indicated where it was going to be. So. So we'll try to maybe update everybody after this end on what's happening across the sheets.
I do like this view. I really do. It's kind of cool.
It's indicating it might be a little warm.
Yeah, this is going to have to curl hard here.
Yeah, we've got to get a piece or it's going.
She's got a piece of it. She might get the back one. Oh, that's so close to.
Well, at least gave her number 2, number 3, I think now, Terry.
Yes, it did.
I don't know if we have an overhead at that end of the sheet or not, but. Oh, there it is.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
As
she's
you
2-3.
say, yellow's 2-3.
Yeah. Anderson's still in pretty good shape here. If she can just make this draw, she's going to force Park probably to play the outturn draw for 1, but at least she has to make it, and you may have an opportunity. Kerri Einarson, her final rock here in the 5th end, looking to play an in-turn come around.
This is a really good throw.
Looks very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Better than, yeah. So a draw for 1. And this is the draw that Kerri made, I believe, in the 3rd end. Not the, going different. No, it was. I think this was kind of the exact shot that Kerri drew for 1.
Yeah. A little more room to work with than Einarson had. I'm not sure what she's looking at here. She don't think she can possibly go after that stone, so there's just not enough room. And not only that, it's still probably just going to be for 1.
Yeah, it is.
She might be a little bit worried about throwing draw weight and getting by the yellow, but I think she has plenty of room to get by the yellow. I don't think it's really a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was looking at trying to make the double for 2, but woo.
Yeah. That would be tough.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a draw for one here.
Still talking about it. It's a lot of discussion, right? Which for a shot that just
Yeah,
doesn't seem like there's a lot of options.
yeah. It just feels like there's one option.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On Skipper, put it on the lid. We're here for you. A little bit of communication going on.
Yeah. Line looks fine. It's just a matter of.
Gonna have to go now. Yeah, 14. This looks pretty good.
I don't know, Terry. I don't know if it's going to move it far enough because you're going to be on the other rock.
Yeah, she didn't.
Need to be on that a lot sooner, really. So another steal for Kerri Einarson here in the fifth end, and she will have a 3-1 lead as we go to end number 6. And we'll be back right after the break.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Yeah. So we are back. And number 6, quarterfinal action here at the Saville Shootout. As we mentioned, we're at the Saville Community Sports Complex, amazing complex here in Edmonton on the grounds of the University of Alberta. Perfect opportunity for the University of Alberta students that are curlers to be on great ice all the time. So that's a great thing. And they have many other sports in this facility. And there's a 10-sheet curling rink that's really, really high end and world renowned. Actually, a lot of people come here to practice a lot of times. So we're happy to be here. Jim Nix with Terry Corbin. We got 3 ends to go here. Terry, what's situation for Park, especially right now, is what?
You gotta, excuse me, you gotta get on the scoreboard and make this at worst a 3-2 game here. It's the 6th end. It's vital that Park scores. Certainly, the goal would be trying to score a deuce and tie this game up, but I think it's just, you gotta score here.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Well, I know I agree with you, and I think it's imperative to go as hard as you can to get 2, because 1 is definitely still a very much an uphill battle. But so I think you just pull out all the punches here to try to get your deuce and be okay with leaving a few rocks around. If you end up having to take 1, that's fine, but I think you got to be pretty aggressive here to score.
As you mentioned earlier, last end, just our other quarterfinal games, we've got Richards from Alberta with a 3-2 lead over Gim from Korea. We've got Caitlin Laws playing Serena Gray Withers, and Serena Gray Withers just scored a 3 to go up 4-1 on Caitlin Laws. Here we're at a 3-1 score carry over Youbeen Park. And then we've got Tabitha Peterson and Ru Wang tied at 3-3.
So everything's as you'd expect when you get to reach this point in the spiel. Games are pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to get by, I don't think. Get a little rub and roll. Just a hair light.
And given it's top 12, I mean, I think Kerri's got to get rid of this.
Yeah, not much choice here for her. She's playing pretty much all defense unless she gets a really good opportunity. So Shannon Burchard still with the very unique release of the curling stone.
Yeah, Rory McCluster and I were talking about that. You know, how many coaches do you think have tried to
change that?
Change that.
How many has she had? Take -1 and you've got it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Had to be one coach along the way say, well, this is what you're doing, and we'll just go with that. But anyway, between that and the tuck delivery, which I guess now Curling Canada has kind of more agreed to support and attempt to teach in some ways. So that's kind of an interesting news item that I heard recently, and I don't know how factual it is, but I think it's pretty close by the source that I heard it from. So
there you
anyway.
go. Yeah. So that's a kind of a rare miss too by Team Kerri Einarson that allows the Park team to make a play on this.
Yeah, you're right on that for sure. So Park's set up so far, a little bit set up she has 2 in, which is part of the process, and pretty good setup for her, really, barring a perfect shot by Shannon Burchard here.
Who will definitely be looking to make this perfect after her first one. Really like to get the roll here, but that wasn't the roll I was talking about or thinking about. But you know what? I think it's shot. Oh, she says the yellow one shot. Yeah.
We're just about halfway through the end here, and Park does have a pretty nice looking setup, I think, Terry, to turn this into a 2 eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think coming down to that one and offering it potentially a little bit of protection to a jam is a good idea.
Yeah.
Got to make sure your second shot, that's off. 14-5 here on the draw. Well done. Would have probably liked it a little closer, but I mean, it is shot rock.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the totting a little bit further and a little more towards the stone would have been better, but not bad at all.
I don't think Kerri can afford to play the top one, but
no. She's a little bit concerned about a possible jam on this shot, but all Sweeting now. Setting in looking for her first here in the 6th. Low turn hit. Just a hit and a roll is kind of the call. Just got to be a little careful with the backstone. Curly Burgess on the broom, attempting to hold this straight. This is Curly.
They're going hard on this. This has got a jam all over it.
Can she get it out? Either one of them get it out.
Well, Park's getting hers out.
Yeah, and the Einarson team now looking at 2. The one thing I didn't completely understand when Kerri tapped, looked like she was playing the hit and roll but towards the guard, behind the guard or whatever, and I kind of wondered if that was makeable with that rock back there. So I'm a bit surprised by that, but I'm not positive that we got all the information on that. So looking at the out-turn draw now, open side, basically replace the rock that was just over there and sit 3. Put yourself in a pretty darn good position. Because Einarson is, being up 3-1, she's not going to be too upset if you get a couple for sure. She'd like you not to get a couple, but she can live with that. So she's not going to do anything out of the norm, like draw around a guard and leave you sitting 3 kind of stuff. She's going to try to eliminate. In which case, it speaks to you getting more than a single for sure. Left-handed third for Park. Unche Lee.
Yeah, you want this kind of deep too.
Yeah, make that roll. It's more difficult. It's a good shot. They're not quite getting it over as far as I think they would like to be. She's still indicating that roll is a possibility. She also indicated possibly the double. And
yeah, I think you're leaving the top one. You might need that.
Yeah.
Might need to go around that.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those ones where you're aware of all the options. If she throws it a little bit wide, you might immediately yell, "We're playing the double." And if she hits the broom, we're playing what we originally had set up to play.
Sure. I would have expected these guys to play the double on this shot myself, Terry. They just throw those shots. So all these teams throw those shots so well, and there's almost gimmies sometimes these double, and then trying to get the roll. I might have to backtrack a little bit after this shot. We'll see it when we see it on the other shot. But
no, it's open. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, I think the fear of playing the double is you're probably rolling out.
Yeah.
And you're going to give if you don't make it, you're giving her the opportunity to maybe come around that guard, and you're down to 2 shots. So I mean, I get it why you'd want to play the roll.
Yeah. This one got to move a little bit. She definitely wants to stay here, and she may not.
Yeah, she's not gonna.
Ooh.
There's a mistake.
Yeah, that was a little bit something she can probably live with a little bit, but that's they had I just look at that as just a missed sweep call kind of shot, because the way they can move stones now, it certainly seems like she should have been able to move that rock over enough to hang around. They weren't really working that hard at making that happen. So, but anyway.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see here if Kerri wants to try and take that double. She's going to have to, maybe flirt with that guard. But again, we're talking, like I said, 4-time women's national champion, 6-time Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
You don't win those by being afraid.
No. It is possible here that you don't. I think it's possible. I'm not the best angle here, but I think it's possible to hit this and not necessarily make the double, but end up shot rock. So it looks like, depending on where you roll to, now you might roll shot rock open maybe, but I don't think you absolutely have to make the double to end up with a decent result on this shot. So
No, but you know what? If you make the double, you might your shooter might roll right under that guard too.
well, exactly, yeah. That's what I'm kind of wondering a little bit. Maybe they're having a little final chat about it. Kerri Einarson with the outturn hit here, looking to make a double and or a little roll behind a guard here. See how we end up. Burchard and Burgess on the brooms. Firm weight.
Yeah, Carly said we're a little hot, but this is going to be close. Oh, how unlucky is that?
Yeah, we think, and looking at the red shot rock.
Yeah.
So unlucky, but a bit, but still shot rock. Not an easy.
Yeah, I just meant, a little unlucky that yellow one didn't go for
yeah.
Val.
Hey, what? This is no easy shot though to make it.
No, that's right, because you have to roll onto the raise.
Yeah. You have to roll a little bit. The Koreans definitely have to make this shot just to solidify their 2, or close to solidifying their 2, and will not in any great degree of trouble, but they would not want to not get 2 here. You'd have to look at that as a major
opportunity lost.
Opportunity, yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks for that. I couldn't come up with a word.
No problem. That's why there's 2 of us.
And you didn't even invent that word.
I know.
I got it. Yeah.
Darn. Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, she really has to roll this on, because if she doesn't, Kerri just gets rid of that other yellow and can sit 3. And force. Obviously, she's going to force Park.
So she should be close, judging by the sweeping here. If they can.
Yep. Wow, really good.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It's not sure yet.
Kerri just gets rid of that yellow, and she's sitting 3.
Okay, I missed something there in that shot, to be honest. Oh, so she didn't.
That makes 2 of us.
So she get? I'm just trying to think of where that rock was. She never.
It was
she
just
never got quite to the nose of it.
Yeah, no, I thought she was nosing better.
Me too. That's
looking
apparently
at it.
Not. Yeah, especially with the way the sweeping was. I thought that she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that didn't happen, and
nope.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't quite catch that one. We had a camera issue with one of the cameras. So, yeah, Kerri Einarson now will just whack this and force the Koreans to draw for 1, and as you said, to use your phrase, opportunity lost big time for the Koreans here.
Yeah, you don't get chances very often to. I mean, that had 3 kind of written on it at some point.
Yeah. It should have taken a great shot by Team Einarson to not give up 3, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And now I mean, look.
Yeah.
Flip-flopped. Tables turned upside down, and you're drawn for 1. Now, mind you, this draw for 1, you're looking at getting. You only have to get bite the 8-foot, but still.
Yeah.
Just in terms of where you were and where you're at now is totally different, and it's got to be a letdown in so many ways, because this was a 6th end. You absolutely needed to score, and 2 and sometimes 3. I wish was floating around there, and now it's a draw for 1, and you'll score here in the 6th end. You potentially. If you score, you're down 3-2. So I only say potentially because that didn't look like it was that heavy.
So the girls worked pretty hard on this one, but I think they're going to get it there.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, for
So
sure.
good draw for two. It's as you mentioned, you certainly got to get your focus back before you throw that one. But Koreans stay in the game here, no question about it. Only down one, playing in number 7, but playing it without hammer. So got some work to do as we move to end number 7. 3-2 Einarson after 6, and we'll be back right after the break.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Twister juice, freshly made your way.
Dunham and Van Amsterdam.
Oh, if you're talking here, it's
oh yeah, here. Sorry.
Saville.
I just, yeah. I guess maybe I need 2 screens or something. I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, I got the wrong event again. It's hard to believe I don't even pay attention to the other one. I looked for 5 minutes this morning to see if our guys made the playoffs, and they didn't. So anyway, well then he's doing very well here. So we moved to end number 7 with 2 ends to play. Team Einarson with a 3-2 lead with hammer playing the 7th end here. And Terry, I guess there's no holds barred here for the Korean squad.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at trying to steal 7 and 8, which is that's a big task, especially against a formidable opponent like Kerri Einarson.
Yeah, for sure. And you can, some people say, well, yeah, you can if you have to, and you probably like to steal one for sure. You can maybe force Einarson to 1 and have hammer coming home down 2, but either way, you're probably still going to be in a position where you're going to have to steal an end, because although people do get 3s in the last end for sure, there's a better chance that you'll get your 2 and go to an extra end, and then you'll have to steal that end anyway. So you might as well get at it here while you still have that little extra bit of time.
Yeah, the stats don't bode well for Team Park, but like you say, I mean, hey, one step at a time.
Yeah. Not the perfect start with those rocks ending up where they ended up, but Kerri is not going to do anything with them anyways. Neither rock on the center line, so they both were possible to move them if they wanted to. In-turn draw here, just coming down to a rock in the house. She's going to get pretty close, maybe a little short, but pretty good shot for Carly Burgess. Greens now will play the out-turn, come around.
I'm surprised. I mean, I didn't see the first rock. Like, I would have expected that, you would have thrown a corner guard, but again, didn't see the call, so can't be overly critical. If it's where they wanted it, then fine. the speed here is very good. I've been getting consistently throughout the games, 14-5 for draws. Got good finish.
Shannon Burchard's shot here looks pretty good. He's going to remove the rock on the button and roll to the open side. He's second stone, Ji and Kim here.
They've just thrown this.
Very similar line to the previous shot, a little bit lighter, but
just a little bit lighter, yeah.
Line probably was pretty good if she had another, 3.5 feet of weight. Not a horrible spot, but definitely enough room for Einarson to get rid of it without making contact with the rock on the 4-foot, which is what would matter to her at this point. That rock is even just a few inches deeper and probably 2 or 3 inches to the left as we look at it on the long view there, that this would be a much more difficult shot. Right. And pose a big problem for Einarson, even if it wasn't shot. Richard throwing a hit. This could be close. Got there.
Good shot.
Yeah. They're just out there.
Building a wall.
Yeah. She probably has to play that now, I think. Terry, what do you think? I think it probably has to move that red. Maybe try to make that double. Just give yourself something, despite the fact I said a minute ago you can't really play a lot of defense. You also got to have some realistic shot at getting in there. I don't know what exactly she's looking at, but
I think she's looking at trying to catch a piece of the yellow, remove the red that is on the right-hand side, and that shot that she makes contact with would roll in and under. But, yeah.
You like that?
You really don't. Well, I mean, you don't like to be hitting, but I mean,
no.
I mean, Kerri's got total control of the end and the front of the house, so I see kind of what she's afraid of. I mean, you go around and Kerri, sticks it. I mean, I don't know what you got. So,
I guess for me, I'm on board with hitting it because I think it is. As you say, they've got the control zone controlled here, so you got to do something to give yourself a chance. But I kind of like the idea of maybe just off nose, make the double versus the other, which is probably a better situation.
Good shot, yeah.
I don't know if that's what
that
opens
things up really well.
Yeah.
Kerri will run the front.
Yeah, I guess that was the one problem, but you still have a guard, and at least it's yours now that you can work with.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. You were never going to have 3 or 4 guards because Kerri was never going to play that kind of an end, so work with what you got. Val Sweeting now looking to play the peel.
Yeah, the key for that park shot was to get rid of.
Well, I don't think that was a great
Get rid
result.
of 2 anyway.
Yeah, get rid of a couple, but left guard now. It's not yours now, but that's not a bad looking setup there for a team trying to steal. Other than the color,
it's better than it was. Yes,
yeah.
Better than it was.
Yeah. No, you can't go there.
No. You got to go around, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. can't hit that either. I have to believe somewhere the meeting of the minds will happen here, and they'll all agree that it's
somebody called a timeout.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have a lot of choice here. I don't think this should be a very short conversation in my mind. Down 3-2. There's no chance you can really hit anything. And yeah, I guess if you wanted to draw down the back one, and it's way out there, you could freeze on there and maybe make it hard to get rid of. But I don't know. To me, it's just speaks to come around here, and that's what it is. Just a matter of how deep and how far, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, you're not going to get rid of all those Anderson's rocks. So, I mean, they're on the 12-foot. They're counters. Yes, you need to steal, and I think that just even the possibility of giving Kerri's team one here, and which you would obviously be okay with. I don't even think. I think now 2 is definitely in play for Kerri, if not 3.
Yeah.
So you have to just commit to going around. You're going to need I'm going to say a miss from Kerri's team, but
yeah, good points, Terry. Especially the one about 2 not being in play, or not not being in play for Einarson at this point, because if she's going to score, she's going to score more than 1 right now. So, yeah, I think that tells you too that you got to say, well, forget that, just go right around. And they are, after that discussion, they're going in. So
and
a good
again,
timeout.
Yeah. If you're going to miss this, you're going to miss it short.
Yeah. If this has got the right weight, this is going to be really close to being great, very, very good.
Yep.
Overcurl a little bit.
Yeah, Kerri wants to get it behind the tee line, yeah. But I think, I mean, that's what you had to play.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah. This would be an interesting call as well, to be honest. You hit that high guard. If you take that high guard off, is that helping very much, do you think?
Well, I mean, again, I think Kerri's needs to, kind of look at this as I need to score. And by leaving that coming around, I mean, yes, she could get shot here, but you really do want to score. So I'm good with getting rid of this thing.
So do you peel this into your own, or do you peel it away? Because
I just straight peel.
Okay. Well, I like the direction of the peel, at least. I like the direction of going closer to my own, because at first I thought she was going to peel it to the right, if you will, as we look at it here, and I just didn't see that being the best option. I thought, well, I would like to at least take a chance at maybe touching this one. If you ever touch this red one on the way by, then you've really opened it all up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the old story. Commit to a shot and go with it,
Yeah.
If you were good with playing it, then fine.
Yeah. So exact same shot for Team Park. And, I think it is anyways. I'm not sure. They're discussing a lot of options, but I think they're going right around to the top of the 4-foot, and that really puts them in a pretty good position. As good a position, I think, as you could kind of probably hope for here. Still a lot of discussion about whether to do that or play the straight guard. I don't know. I'm going to come around that one. I think since I just threw it, I should have a really good handle of where it needs to be. Where are you going, Terry?
Well, I mean, I'm probably going with the guard.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because if you can kind of convince Kerri that maybe her coming around getting shot on the back 4 is a good shot, I think you might be able to kind of hold her to 1.
Yeah, I guess we have 2 shots each to come, do we? So I was
Yeah.
thinking, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So if you throw the guard up, she's going to peel the guard. Obviously, you just peeled her own guard, so she's definitely going to peel your guard. I think. I don't think you're. I think you're right. I don't think Kerri's going to come around, but you know she does surprise me every now and then. So
I mean, the other, I guess, maybe half alternative is go around, like you say, there again,
yeah,
or just play the guard, kind of really tight, right where she's just patting,
yeah,
hoping that Kerri plays and gets rid of everything there, and then you draw down to, one of those ones behind the 8 foot
yeah.
or behind the tee line, and and that way you hold Kerri to 1, which
Yeah.
I think at this point might be a uh, you know
Viable option.
like stealing 1. So
Yeah. So just because we have a little time here, so she puts this guard up here in the same place she did or where it was. Kerri, we both agree Kerri's probably going to peel that, right? We think. I mean, she might surprise us, but yeah.
Yes.
So if that happens, then I want to ask you. My next question though is, then what are you going to do on the last shot? I know you just talked about a couple of options, but if they do peel this off and you have this exact setup you have right now and you only have 1 to come, are you still going to try to force to 1, or are you going to try to steal 1 by probably coming around that? The guard sort of forces to 1 too, but it's only a draw to the 4 foot. So what do you think? I think I've lost you. Hello.
I think I'm going to probably draw down.
Okay.
If Kerri hits everything, and I'm not guarding that 1, I'm coming down, and I'm gonna force Kerri into drawing for 1.
Okay.
You can get off this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's to me that's perfect.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If that's the shot you're going to play, I think she did it very well. I was a little concerned it wasn't going to get over far enough for a minute, and as we suggested could happen, Kerri's going to ignore that draw. It doesn't actually surprise me either. As I said before, a lot of teams would say, no, we're not doing that. We're still we'll run the yellow over the top of our red and maybe pick up the yellow on the way by, and we've got a wide open house and chance for multiple points. Because if Kerri makes this, I'm going to assume that the Koreans are going to follow it down almost no matter where it is, and force you to 1. Or try to force you to 1. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. This is it's an interesting point in the game here. So you're looking to be above the tee line with this a little bit, I think. Or you could just say, well, we're just going right back to the yellow and we'll be okay with that. Fast reading indicating it might be a little out there. I think that sometimes that indication from teams means they want that sweeper to sweep. So.
This is I mean, the weight's good for sure.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that really is. Above the tee.
Gotta be really careful on this one that you don't
get shot.
Yeah. Gotta be really careful here, I think, that you don't over curl and leave too much of that button for Kerri to draw to, because if you get to the nose or inside the nose of that red one, she's gonna have a pretty reasonable place to draw to, considering she just threw that one, right? So I think if you're anywhere on the outside of that, though, even just bite that center line at the top of the 4 foot, you're going to be in pretty good shape. That was the problem. I know, and I don't know if it's a problem, but that was the problem, if there was one, with throwing the guard, that Kerri may just decide, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go right around and show you why I've won 6 slams and 4 Canadian championships and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm not going to slide to the back of the button and give you a perfect opportunity. So,
yeah, like I say, she's. It's not like she's playing scared to win what she's won over the course of the last 6 years.
So we've got a great crowd taking in the game this morning. I thank you all for joining us here for the quarterfinal action in the Saville Shootout. One final reminder that we will be here all day. The next draw semifinals go at 12:30 p.m. local and 3:30 for the finals locally. So that's Mountain Time. For those of us in the East, it's perfect. Get to do a nice evening game. So a big shot here. She doesn't have a lot of ice, so I might have missed something along the way there, but it would make me think that she's trying to remove that rock. Is that possible, Terry?
I guess it is. Yeah, I mean, I think you certainly the way it curls. I think you can play kind of back 4. Wait, get shot, but I don't think.
Does it make sense?
Yeah,
this is the other part. Anyway, it's on its way. We'll see. If she makes it, she does force Kerri Einarson to take one, but
yeah, she's thrown some weight here.
Yeah,
I'm not. This is all over the guard. Keep it going. You might get lucky.
Might get really lucky. Well, yeah, that's too bad. I just think that was not a good shot selection, and really, it would seem just by the end result of it all that she didn't. If you're going to play that shot, it's like any shot, I guess. Really, Terry, you got to commit to the shot, and it sure didn't seem like she was committed to that. I mean, she had like top 4-foot weight, and maybe T-line weight at most, and it definitely had ice for pretty much a full-blown takeout. Yeah, so definitely didn't set that one up quite the right way. Now Einarson will have a chance to draw the 4-foot for 2. She just put one on the edge of the button, so she should be pretty close with this. Burchard and Burgess on the brooms. So far today, they've been pretty much perfect on judging rocks and things like that. So
this is really close, and I'm going to say she got it. Yeah.
So nice skip stews here for Kerri Einarson, and she'll go up 3 going to end number 8. We'll be back after the break with Einarson holding a 5-2 lead here at the Saville Shootout.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Homet, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
The best case scenario was that you could find a way to tap it like.
Yeah. So we're back here for the final, or potentially final end of our quarterfinal game. And Kerri and I, just during the break, we're still just discussing the last shot for the Koreans. And a little bit baffled by the call there, Terry. But at the end of the day, Einarson makes two pretty darn nice draws here in the 7th end and a commanding lead going to the final.
Well, I mean, you talk about the call, but I mean, you also got to talk about, Kerri's rock placement with her first one was like perfect. And then she makes the second draw to the button for the deuce. So, while we may not agree with what Team Park chose to play on their last shot, the reality is Kerri makes two really good shots.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
scores
too. Yeah, I agree. It's I think Park made the assumption that a lot of people, including us to some point, would on their first one, and she just got kind of stuck on the guard, and they threw the guard, and Kerri opted not to play the peel that not everybody, but at least these girls thought that she would play. And instead, she calls a different shot, makes it really, really good. Still gave her a bit of an opportunity to get out of it, maybe with a single, but anyway, that's then. This is now, and down 3 in the last end. We have seen 3 scored, no question about it, probably more than once. And she gets a couple corners up here, and who knows what happens. Just going to have to be perfect. Going to have to make 8 perfect stones for sure to have any chance.
Yeah, and here's the reality too. She's thrown up 2 corner guards, which I think she needs to do. Some people would go with the double corner on the same side, but I think all you can do now is hope. I mean, the reality that she faces is, as good as you might make your shots, you're gonna need a miss from Kerri or 2.
Yeah. So Shannon Burchard settling in, as we've seen before. Nice to see Shannon back on the ice and playing. And
yeah, it really is.
So we're still in the no-hit time of the end, or virtually no-hit time of the end for anything out front. And Burchard will be asked to come around the corner, try to take the one corner side away, I guess, is what their theory would be. Although I'm sure Kerri, if she gets a chance, will be peeling all of those corners, but we'll see.
Yeah, I know everybody probably has an opinion on this, but I always think, when you're up 3 and you're in full defend mode, why the extra rock in the house?
Yeah.
I'm wondering why you wouldn't just throw that through.
Yeah, it definitely has a chance of muddying things up. People could argue why throw any rocks in the house, but at the same time, I get the first one or even the first 2, especially if somebody you're playing with players that are going to be able to put it there. The third rock, I tend to agree with you. I would think all you're going to do is just complicate it. Usually, it seems like when you leave those rocks there, you spend half your shots trying to figure out how to miss them when you're peeling peels. It's like, how do we miss that one we put in there? So. Yeah, you don't really need that extra shot for sure. I would agree with that. Probably not going to matter at the end of the day, but it seems like, well, let's just keep it as simple as we can possibly keep it. And no matter where they are, more rocks there are, less simple it is. So the Koreans now are going to be throwing a draw down to the one that Kerri just threw, I think.
I think that was the call.
Yeah. She doesn't really want to bounce at all here if she can help it. That's fairly nicely done.
Yeah.
And to your point, now if that's not there, they basically play the straight come around, and it's easier to remove. But as expected, Kerri Einarson now will peel this guard. Shannon Burchard.
Good shot.
Yeah. So something for them to work with. It's hard not to let yourself get a bit muddled with this situation, trying to figure out how to get the 3. And I think you just have to say, well, I'm going to go with what's here, and then later on we'll try to figure out, if we get a chance later on, we'll try to figure out how to get rid of some red ones, because we can't worry about that right now. Second stone Kim throwing the out turn, come around this time.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, trying to get rocks in behind what is available. I mean, this is one where you often have to think of, I know Kerri's got some rocks in play above the tee line, but getting, even rocks behind the tee line, behind the Kerri's rocks is, going to be options.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we got another. Well, yeah. Actually, this surprised me too. I don't really. Again, I guess maybe it's just I'm not in the same space as some of these competitive teams anymore. But she's not going to play the straight peel on this rock. She's going to play like a bumper weight shot.
Yep.
To remove the rock in the house, and I just, for me, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to go up and peel that. But I guess they're good enough and talented enough that they're not going to just throw a complete miss. But it would still concern me, since.
You're right. I mean, I think, one of the reasons that they played that is there was something of, you could see it from the hack. And I mean, they're at a level now that they know the last thing they're going to do is throw it wide. I mean, if you rub the front off, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Wide. Yeah, throw it wide and heavy both and miss everything. It's like they're just not going to do that. Doesn't work when you're playing Tuesday night men's league at our club, but works out here. Yeah. I'd say men's league. That's going way back. We haven't had a men's league in 30 years. Tuesday night curling, anyway.
Yeah.
So a nice come around here again by the Koreans. Looks like it's going to get a little bit closer to being buried. They're going back far. They're not worried, as Terry mentioned. They're not really worried about where it ended up. It probably didn't quite go far enough to get buried, but even if it goes to the back of the 8-foot there, that's fine, as long as trying to get it somewhere where Kerri can't hit it and has to go out and peel that card. It's obviously a little.
And I think
more.
this is where I'm surprised at this. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, because now if you kind of wick off that top one, I mean, you might leave it again where it can be utilized by Team Park. So
yeah. And she's calling even less weight this time. She's calling for like a hack weight shot now versus
That's what I mean. So yeah, you might leave this in play. I mean, I'm like you. I kind of just want to run up and hit that, because as long as you make it, that one that Team Park just threw, that's wide open.
Yeah.
And this is going to happen, just what I said. But I mean, again, it's in the house, and.
Yeah, saving grace there that it did go in and make things even a little bit tougher for the Koreans to get rid of. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I mean, you know that the Koreans' rock is, I think, second shot. I don't know, that one way over on the right. Oh, okay, no. So Kerri's still sitting too. Okay, never mind. I'm going to stop my thought.
Sitting 2, and the red one did outdo the third, whatever, the second yellow one as well. So you're sitting 1, 2, 4, I guess. And but regardless, I still think it's. I'm feeling like I somehow still have a chance here from the Koreans, where I don't know if I'd feel the same way without those extra rocks around. So who knows? We'll see.
Well, we're down to, I mean, the Koreans got 3 rocks left to go, and they got to find a way to score 3. They've got 2 in the house. I guess they're talking about coming down and playing this in turn to the face of the Einarson rock.
Yeah, maybe set up a situation where if they put it perfectly, they could come down with some weight on this stone and make a double, right? I mean, really hard. I mean, we're talking shots that are just crazy difficult, and everything has to be absolutely perfect, but that's okay for the Koreans right now. It's like, well, let's make it as difficult as we can. That's not going to do it.
Yeah,
no, that one had to get across. So if nothing else, that one had to get to the other side of the red to make it a little bit more difficult for Kerri. Now she's got a chance to hit this on the nose, sit 5, or sit 5. What it would be, sit a whole bunch anyway. Sit 4, I guess. 3 or 4. Either way, it's going to be really, really hard for the Koreans to find a way to score 3 here in a minute.
Yeah.
Kerri's had a pretty solid game, I think. I'm not scoring these guys.
Kerri has, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Kerri has.
Yeah.
I was had the pleasure of kind of doing her game last night, and it was a 5-4 game, but it just never felt like it was 5-4. It always felt like Kerri's and her team were kind of out curling, and it was just going to be a matter of time. That was a good shot, because now that the one on the right hand side, as we look at it, that's wide open. But I mean, if she could ever make this double,
sit 3.
She could sit 3.
I think you have to do it now, though, don't you?
Yeah, kind of thinking that. Although if you come down and sit on that, and Kerri just plays the wide open, you could still run that red one into the yellow and spin it out, I guess, for 3.
You could, but the problem is, I think, is that if you come around that and yours ends up not in the right place, then all of a sudden you may not have the possibility of getting the 2 reds on that side out, right? Like, it might be
You're
that.
right. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, this is you're talking about the odds of scoring 3 here. It's just not great, but
no. Even if you make the double, it's not that great, because you're probably going to leave a relatively simple double, but
you're going to leave a double, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather leave the simple double than maybe have nothing coming in. I like the idea of playing the red one.
Yep.
I don't think you have time to draw anymore. You've got to somehow bring that yellow one into play at the top, and I don't know how you do it without getting rid of both reds.
Well, and she's talking about, moving that red one in the back 4.
Like,
I just never see Kerri kind of following it. I see Kerri playing the wide open.
Yeah. And you have to. One thing, you got to make an assumption that you want Kerri to have a difficult shot, but you also have to assume she's going to hit and stay on that yellow. So it's not like. Anyway, this is going to be interesting. So she's playing basically the raised tap on this shot. Basically, is that what we're looking at?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess.
If you're going to play this one, then I still think you're in the same position where you've got to remove the back one then, because.
Yeah, like, I don't know why you wouldn't just draw if this is your kind of thinking, but.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's hard. Admittedly, it's hard. It's really tough when you're in this situation, especially if you haven't been in it a lot in your career. And these girls are probably pretty young, so they probably haven't. We've seen them before, but they haven't necessarily played a whole lot. I think this would be a good one to talk about later, but unfortunately, I think it's. These situations, you just got to say, well, we got to at least give ourselves a remote chance at this, and I don't know that this does it.
Well, and
But-
she said she was playing hack weight too. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't make this, like, there's no kind of plan B really.
Yeah.
But
be
just
really
to show
close
us what we don't know what we're talking about,
Well,
she says there.
yeah.
But Kerri was playing this shot all day. I think.
Yeah. I think that the Koreans had to move something out of play there, and I just didn't like you say I just don't get that one because I don't know how that was going to be. Even if you make it, I guess, and you remove the back one, fine. But heck, if you're gonna be able to make that shot that good, you might as well get rid of both reds now and say, okay, well, let's take our chances on her not making the double. Anyway,
Well,
whatever.
I think
Yeah.
no, I'm with you. I think you had to make the double there only for the simple fact that, like, if you drew down to it or played this shot, as long as Kerri hits and stays, I don't
Yeah.
think you have a shot for 3.
Yeah.
Whereas if you make the double and sit 3, I mean, you got a chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too. I'm thinking your percentage is not great either way, but I think it's slightly better the other way. So
Yeah, like you need Kerri to roll out here.
yeah, and she might. She's close. Nope.
No.
So now you don't have a shot. I don't think. Unless there's some kind of, I don't know, when these people move. I guess, no, I don't know if there's a triple. Can you get, you might be able to, Terry. Might be able to get to enough on that, where her broom is there, to...
Yeah, I see it, but I don't
believe it.
feel it.
Oh, I hear you. I'm working. Let's stop it at the see it part here for now. We'll say, well, can we see it? And then we'll figure out later whether we believe it. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm just happy to see her have a chance to even throw it. So I didn't, but man, oh man, you better throw it hard because you got to move a lot of rocks.
Yeah.
And they got to move pretty much right out of the circles. Every one of them are to score. So, and you can't touch your own on the way by because if you ever do, it's going out. So anyway, be fun to watch.
Well, and I think the higher you or the thinner you hit this, you risk the possibility of tapping that top yellow one out of the rings.
Yeah. And I guess, you've got to hit. I mean, looking at it from where we are, I'm thinking that we're hitting about
a third, I
a
think.
third, yeah.
Might be close.
Yeah. So it's on its way. Youbeen Park's last stone here in the 8th end, with a chance to force an extra end, albeit really difficult. She will not have it work out. Never really had a chance. Had to get to the red stone before it hit the yellow stone, and Einarson will pick up a point or two more. I'm not sure what the final will actually be, but Kerri Einarson will
It'll
move
be
on.
8-2.
8-2. Okay, thanks, Terry.
Yeah.
So Kerri Einarson now will move on to the semifinals of the Saville Shootout here in Edmonton, and Youbeen Park will head to wherever their next event is. So thanks everybody for joining, and on behalf of Curling Stadium, Terry Corbin, Roy McCusker, myself, we will see you again in a couple of hours for the semifinal action.
Yes, looking forward.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.